Hello fellow Sudokans and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle. It's Monday the 13th of May 2024. I hope you are keeping well. Newcomers to the channel, welcome. This is beginner day. A Monday, every Monday is easy level game where I explain the rules of Sudoku, and so you know there are no prerequisites to joining today's game. I'll explain how to play the game step by step in just a moment. Before that, I shall mention something that's article that's in the news, and in today's Guardian there is an article about a survey conducted about internet use, or I think it's a bit of a meta analysis really of different studies that have tried to connect well-being. Stories about the internet are always, not always, but very often very negative about how it affects people's, well-being in terms of mental stability and things like that, possible mental harms that can come, and those are no doubt valid. It's obvious the amount of bullying and abuse that goes on online is very negative, but also, people get a chance to view positive information, talk to friends, and there are many aspects of greatness to the internet. YouTube is one of them. I think get a chance to see lots of interesting content on YouTube. So I think it can definitely have a positive effect. So anyway, the study goes on to give some figures, some very high figures about positive aspects of the internet. But there is a huge problem, because this is a global survey, and so the countries that they deemed the countries that did very well were countries with good internet access. But generally speaking, isn't there something simpler than that? I mean, those countries that have good internet access generally are higher income countries, aren't they? The countries that have very poor internet access also are ones that are struggling economically quite often. So I think there may be some kind of there's definitely not necessarily just a simple cause and effect involved in the study, and the people conducting the study said as much too. Okay, let's get on with the game of Sudoku. How do we play this game of Sudoku? Well, you can see a grid, 9 squares across, 9 squares down, and 9 squares in these small blocks that are outlined in black lines, and you see some digits placed. The highest digit you will spot is a 9, the lowest digit you can see is a 1, and that's because there are 9 squares, so we're going to squeeze one number into each square. But it's a game of logic, and what we do is, the object of the game is to fill in every square with a number, and the numbers must not repeat in their row, in their column. Oh, there's a completely empty column there. Or in, as I said, these small 3x3 blocks that are outlined. Okay, so we use logic to find the answer. How do we use logic to find the answer? Okay, let's see. This particular block down here has 1, 2, 3, and 7 already placed. So those numbers we don't need in this block, this 3x3 grid here. We definitely need a 4. We don't have a 4 yet. So when we look for surrounding 4s like this, and this one up here, we notice something. We already have a 4, so we have a 4 here, and it's already in this first column here, right? So that means that we can't have another 4 in this column. So it means that this square cannot be 4, because we have 4 in this column. If we consider this 4 here, well, 4 blocks every square down here from becoming a 4. So these 3 squares are outlawed as 4s. No chance of them becoming a 4, and we already have digits in these 2 squares here, so it means there's only one possible place where the 4 can go. The 4 must be there. As soon as we understand that, we can place the 4 there. Let's do something similar for 4 in one of these empty squares up here. Like I say, we've got 2, 3, 1 already filled in. What do we know about surrounding 4s? We have a 4 blocking across here. These 2 squares can't be 4 because we have 4 in this row already. Remember, once in a lifetime, as I say, once in a row. 4 blocking across here and 4 blocking up here. Only one available square. 4 must go there. Let's look for 4 down in this block down here. Again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to look at surrounding 4s. We've got 4 here, so we know that none of these 3 squares can be 4. 4 down here and 4 across there. That will give us 4 in that square there. And we've got 4 in this block, this block, this block, this block. Not here yet. Here, 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 here. This is the only block left that still needs a 4. I'm pretty confident that we can get it, because if we only have one block left that doesn't have a digit, we know that we can always find it. So we've got 4 blocking down here, 4 blocking up here, and 4 across here. And that's the final 4. If you study carefully, you'll see every row has a 4, every column has a 4, and every block has a 4. So there are no more digit 4s in this grid. We can look for other numbers now. For example, we can find a 2 in this particular block up here. So we can say 2 blocking up here and 2 blocking up here, and that's going to give us 2 in that square there. Now, I've looked around the grid here. By the way, I'm playing these games live. I don't look ahead of time, but I can see that there are no more 2s that we can get right now. We have to leave digit 2. We can't play digit 2 any further for the moment, but there is something else that we can do. We can say that 3 blocks up here and 3 blocks across there, which will give us a 3 in that square there. And now I want to show you, even though we've only just started on this, I want to show you a little bit of thinking ahead. So we've got 3 blocking across here and across here. So we know that 3 is either in this square or this square, right? And we've also got 2 blocking across here and 2 blocking across here. So we know that 2 is also in this square or this square. So it means that these 2 squares can only contain 2 or 3, nothing else. They must be 2 or 3. There are 2 numbers missing. Two blocks across here and 3 blocks across here. So both 2 and 3 must be in these 2 squares here. They cannot contain anything else. So we know that these 2 squares contain 2 and 3. So let's look along here now and see what's left. So what do we need for this row? Remember, we need every digit between 1 and 9. So we've got 1. We've got 2 because it's here. We've got 3 because it's here. We've got 4. Do we have a 5? No, not yet. Do we have 6? No, not yet. We've got 7, 8, and 9. So the 2 numbers that are missing are 5 and 6. And that means, because we know 2 and 3 are here, it means that these squares must contain 5 or 6 only. Now, hopefully you'll have noticed that this block here already has a 6. So this can't be 6 because we've got 6 here. So that's going to be 6. And this is going to be our last digit, which is 5. Now, if that was too fast for you, you can go back and watch it again. I recommend just rewind, go back a little bit and check it out again. Now, we can finish this block off because the 2 missing digits here are 1 and 7. We've got everything else. We don't have a 1 or 7. So when we have 1 blocking up here, we know that 1 goes there. And now there's only one number for the whole series of 1 to 9, and that's a 7, and it goes there. We can take that 7. We won't stop for a pause. We won't stop for breath. We'll just continue 7 blocks across here, 7 blocks there. That's going to give me a 7 in that square. We also have 7 blocking across here and across here, which puts 7 into that square, and 7 down here, down there, across here, across there. And 7 joins 4 as a deceased digit. There are no more 7s on the board. Every row, every column, every block already has a 7 and a 4, so we don't need to worry about those anymore. Now when we look at this block, this column here, we have 2 numbers missing. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 8 and 9 are the missing numbers. We only have 2 empty squares. 8 and 9 are in these 2 squares. 8 says this square here can't be an 8, so that must be our 8, and that must be our 9 to complete the column. You see how the game goes now? Hope you've got the idea. Okay, so if we now understand it, we can go ahead and play to the end. Okay, now this row here doesn't yet have a 3. We've got 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't yet have a 3. Now I can see that we have 3 blocking this square and 3 blocking this square. So there's only one available square in this row, and that means the 3 must go there. Now the missing numbers left are 8 and 9. We don't have 8 and 9 in this row yet, and we have an 8 blocking this square, so we know that the 8 goes there and the 9 finishes the row in that location. Now let's continue with the 9s, because we've got 9 blocking across this row and leaving us just this empty square here. If you think I'm finding the digits quickly, not really. It's just you know, having played the game quite often, you get to practice. Once you've practiced a bit, you'll be finding them much faster than me, I promise you. Okay, so again, okay, now let's just do this. 6 blocks across here, that gives us 6 in that square. Okay, now we can find this digit here. How do I know we can find the digit here? Because there are only 3 specific missing numbers here for this block, right? We don't have 1, we don't have 2, and we don't have 5. So we know that these squares contain 1, 2, and 5. Which is which? I don't know, but it doesn't matter for the moment. I know that 1, 2, and 5 are here, and so this is not 1, 2, or 5. So what's the other missing number along this row that's not 1, 2, 5, 7, 3, 6, or 9? In fact, it's an 8. This has to be an 8. Now we have 8 blocking down here and 8 across there, so that's going to give us an 8 in that square. And we'll take 8s to the top. You see how I'm using the digit that I just placed to help me find the next position of it? 8 blocks across there, there's an 8. And 8 blocks down here, here's an 8, and that's the final digit, 8 again. So no more 8s to find. The missing number here is a 5. We don't have 5 in this block yet, so put the 5 in. Now we can look for the missing number down here, which is a 1. We don't have 1 in that column yet. Okay. The missing numbers here are 5 and 6. We can see a 5 blocking across here, so that's going to be a 5, and that's going to be a 6. Like I said, it's too fast. Just rewind, go back a bit, and I promise you, you'll be okay with it. Right, let's see what we need now. What's missing up here? 5 and 9, I think we need. For this block here, we need 5 and 9, so we've got a 9 intersecting here. So this can't be 9, that's going to be 9, and then we can fill in the 5 there. But we'll come back to this 9, because 9 blocks down here and across there, which means that that's a 9 right there. And about 5, we have 5 blocking across here, and down from up there. So that's going to give me a 5 in that square. And we also have 5 blocking up here, across here, and across here. So we're using the digit we just recently put in. And then the missing number here is, what do we need? We need a 9 for this row. There we are. 9 blocks down here, and across there. So there's our 9. That's the final digit, 9. And what's left to get? Like I said, I played these games live. I have no idea of the final answer before starting the videos. Let's see, we still need 1s. Can we get digit 1? Can we finish it off? Well, we've got 1 blocking down here and 1 across there. So that's going to give us a 1 in that square. Now 1 up and 1 down means that that's going to give us a 1. Or you could have just looked here and found there's just 1 number missing, right? Whichever way you want to do it. Missing numbers here now are 2 and 5. We have an intersecting 5 from up there. So this square can't be 5. That's going to be 5. That's going to be 2. 2 blocks down here and across here, which will give me the 2 in this square. Now there's only 1 number for this column. What are you? can't find you. Why can't I find the missing number? 6, I think. Okay, and then there's one number for this block or this column, but it's going to be the same number, of course. It's a 3. And there's only one number for this row now, and the missing number here is a 2. Now that 2 will block up here and 2 across there, so that gives me 2 in that square. And now there's just one number missing here, which is a 3. And what's left to be done? We have 2 numbers missing here, which are 3 and 6. So we've got 6 blocking down here. There's our 6. This is our 3. 3 up here, 3 down there gives us a 3 in that square. Now there's only one number missing for this column. It looks to me to be a 1. And we also have 1 blocking up here, which puts a 1 into that square. And we can find the 6 up here. And the last number that we need for the row, the column, the block, and the whole grid is a 2. And that's it. The game is finished. Our easy level game. If you're not sure how, and you need more practice, there's a playlist on this video channel. There's Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku that is full of easy level games. There's another playlist which is just full of Monday Guardian games, which are all easy. That's it. Take care. Bye bye.